streaming? All right. We are up. All right, boys and girls, welcome to Titan Talk Tuesday with me, John, CEO and owner of Titan Medical Center. I've got a great show lined up for you guys. I appreciate all you guys that are joining me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you guys have any questions about what we do here at Titan Medical Center, I'd love to answer them for you guys. Anything from hormone replacement therapy for males and females, medical weight loss, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, rejuvenation detox, libido enhancers, peptide therapy, blood work, everything, anything, nationwide service just for you guys. And I got specials going on today too as well. So a lot of different things to talk about. I got some great topics for you guys too as well. So, fiber, how much fiber should you really eat per day, right? What is fiber good for, and how can you get more good fiber in your diet? And this used to be called roughage, right? Before we used to hear it as roughage. Big Jimbo Moni, what's going on? Hope all is well. Mark said best of the business. I appreciate you, Mark. I hope all is well, dude. Yeah, man. So I've got that one for you guys. I've got another one talking about erectile dysfunction. You know that 30 million guys suffer in the United States alone, suffer from erectile dysfunction. Super crazy to hear that, right? That's a lot of people. And there's a lot of different things that, can cause these things, but how can you really get a better erection or get your erection back per se? Or what are some good steps to really go in the right way of this? Okay, because before, a lot of people thought that it was just, a mental thing as far as, or it could cause mental issues too as well, erectile dysfunction. But they've learned more about it, and like I said, we know some different things that we can talk about that can improve this for males. And obviously, Titan Medical Center has all of your therapies for libido enhancers for both males and females too. So we got you there, no problem, and it's totally up to you guys. So with no further ado, let's talk about the new Titan Medical Center therapy of the week. Know you guys want to hear about it. Peptide therapy, Tesofensine, right? Tesofensine is awesome. And I did a live about it yesterday just to let everybody aware that, hey, listen, this was a therapy week. It's a new peptide, new therapy from us. So we wanted everybody to be able to be truly in tune to, listen, what is this? How is it going to help me? What does it do? Right? Because everybody wants to know that. Because, on there we put, listen, it's a weight loss medication. And, a lot of people are like, all right, cool. Well, how does it work? What is it? Is it another injection? Is it an oral therapy? Is it what does it do and how does it work? So, when we talk about it, Tesofensine is an oral therapy. And Tesofensine is, it's a reuptake inhibitor. It's a triple reuptake inhibitor, right? And it does a couple different things. It's going to help you lose weight by curbing cravings to salty or sugary items, okay? And how does this happen? So this happens because of different things that are happening in the brain. So this will hit one portion of the brain, kind of like semaglutide, but not the same part and not the same thing. So it's not going to do that, but it's going to curb your appetite in a good way, and especially for these different things that you might be craving, salty or sugary. The next thing it's going to do, it's going to make you happy. It's going to increase serotonin in the brain. So at that point, it'll hopefully increase your mood. This is a great point because the better mood you're in, the better things go all the way around. The worse mood you're in, everything seems like it just sucks, right? You don't want that. So the other thing is energy expenditure. It increases energy expenditure. So think about this. You're losing weight, you're in a way better mood, and you have more energy to go along with it. That is what Tesofensine can do. So this is an awesome new peptide, and this is something that can complement other peptide therapies, especially. But it can be used with any other weight loss therapies that we have, ECA Stack Plus, AOD. You compare it with MK, right, to try to get the benefits of MK without maybe getting the hunger strike. Or, and this is what a lot of people are using it with, is with semaglutide and tirzepatide. They're complementing that therapy with this, and they're getting expedited results, which with those medications already, you're going to get expedited results. But listen, you can throw more fuel on the fire with some of these different things, and that is what Tesofensine does. So you can throw that on the fire with semaglutide, tirzepatide, or like I said, you can complement it with any of the other therapies that we have. There are some counterindications for the medication, though. One would be if you're on an antidepressant, this is not going to be a good medication for you. There is a contraindication with antidepressants with tesofensine. So this is something you're not going to want to take along with that. But pretty much everything else out there, I mean, there are a couple other ones, but that's the main one, right? So if you're interested in something like that, please call or contact us. You can call or text 727-389-3220 and talk to one of our many knowledgeable staff members to talk to you about more in-depth information on tesofensine. And like I said, no blood work's needed. All you have to do is fill out the new patient paperwork, send it in to us. We put you on the schedule to see our providers, our medical providers. You'll have a medical provider visit real quick, real easy. It can last up to 30 to 45 minutes if you want. But if you want it short and sweet, they can go through your stuff a little bit quicker. And at that point, you can order tesofensine and a number of our other Titan therapies that do not require blood work. ECA Stack Plus, AOD, BPC 157, TB 500, MK 677, Titan Complete, Hercules Potion, Titan Serenity, Titan Ultra, NAD. There's so many different ones that do not require blood work. The only thing that requires blood work from Titan Medical Center to get would be hormone replacement therapy, testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, or IGF-1 or vitamin D. That's it. That's the only things. Raul, how you doing, man? I hope all is well. J.R. Barry said, what's the product you talked about with Michael Hearn for midsection fat loss? Great show. What I talked about, me and Mike were talking about was tesamorelin. Tesamorelin is an FDA-approved peptide therapy that does two major things. One is a GHR8, so it increases your natural growth hormone, which is going to give you a whole bunch of different benefits throughout the body as far as anti-aging, skin, hair, nails, basically at that point, being able to recover faster, right? That's a big one. Sleep better, better erections. I mean, everything should be getting better with more growth hormone. So that's one thing. The other thing is it targets visceral belly fat. This is one of the only drugs that I know out there that is FDA approved to target visceral belly fat. Usually the way that weight loss works is when you're accomplishing weight loss, it's all the way around. You could never target a specific part in your body that you just want to work on that and get weight loss in that part and get lean. If that was the case, you'd have a million people out there that were just doing crunches that is, 40 pounds overweight or obese, and at that point have abs and be fat everywhere else. No, it's not going to happen like that. So with this drug, that is one thing that it can do. And, with raising IGF-1 levels and being able to exercise or have some activity and eat correctly, you're going to lose weight along with it. And at that point, you'll be getting even better results in the midsection area. Very cool. Hey, John, tesofensine versus ECA stack. All right, so, and then ECA stack plus versus ECA stack. All right, so let's talk about this. So, tesofensine versus ECA stack. Both oral therapies, weight loss, both of them. ECA stack is real ephedrine, caffeine, B12, and chromium, along with a little aspirin. Now, you got two major stimulants in there, right? You have caffeine and ephedrine. This is a stimulant portion that, hey, listen, if you've had like an open heart surgery or have cardiovascular problems, high blood pressure, and can't be controlled, ECA stack is not going to be good therapy for you. But tesofensine could be, right? So you get that portion of it, right? ECA stack, will help mental clarity along with it too because of the stimulant effect, but it's not heart palpitations or anything like that. It's nice, clean, easy energy. And then the ECA Stack Plus is the same as ECA Stack. So yes, so the ECA Stack and the ECA Stack Plus are the exact same thing. But we do have different doses of our ECA Stack Plus because people have different tolerances to stimulants. Some people can't take a lot of caffeine or stimulants like ephedrine. They need the low dose. Some people can drink a whole pot of coffee, 4 pre-workout servings. They need the higher dose. And we do have our Red Bombs, which is an even higher dose, and we have our Hermes. So there's a couple different versions that we have of the ECA Stack Plus for everybody from low dose to all the way to the higher dose and in between. So at that point, we can help you out. Noah asks, how does smoking specifically impact blood flow and contribute to erectile dysfunction? Well, it obviously, it doesn't do good work with the body as far as blood flow, and that's how it impacts erectile dysfunction. Not having proper blood flow throughout the body, and this can be from a number of different things too, right? Like blood pressure or anything like that. Even people that have had stents or have been put on beta blockers could have erectile dysfunction issues because of blood flow. Beta blockers lower your blood pressure, which makes it hard to get the blood really moving, especially for erections. So a lot of those people that have cardiovascular problems or issues or on heavy-duty blood pressure medications are usually taking erectile dysfunction medications. So it's just what it is. Jovan, hello, sir. I hope all is well. Great Bill said, can stress really have a direct effect on erectile performance, or is it more psychological? So stress could definitely have an effect on erectile dysfunction. Now, that could be because of the psychological portion, right? Whatever you're going through, you can't stop thinking about. This could be a psychological issue caused by stress. So stress can definitely cause erectile dysfunction issues. Psychologically, though, just that alone could cause erectile dysfunction issues, and you don't even have to have, stress going on. So let's talk about that. What I mean is this. So let's say you and your partner have been together for 10 years. Right? You guys have had a great sex life until this point, and at this point, right now, you guys are fighting. You guys don't like to be around each other. At that point, you're just turned off. Okay, and you are in bed with your partner, your wife, whatever, and then you guys start, being a little bit more intimate, and you try to go to that area, and you're not getting an erection. And then you're like, well, there's something physically wrong with me. I have erectile dysfunction. So people come here and be like, yeah. And then, they'll take some medication and stuff like that. They might be able to get an erection, might not. But at that point, like, some people still can't. And they're like, well, I don't know why. My testosterone's good. I don't want to take erectile dysfunction medications. What's the problem here? And I always give them this test. I said, listen, if you're not being able to get an erection with your partner that you've been with for a long time, right, then there might be something or an issue between you and them. This is the best way to see, do you really have erectile dysfunction or not? The best thing to do is, and that's what I tell everybody, is go, right, and go to, something that turns you on, which that turns you on. Some people I tell them to get on a porn site. And I don't, think that's a good thing or anything, but listen, this is a way to test it. Go on a porn site, look at what turns you on the most. If that turns you on and you're able to get an erection and go through with everything, and everything's fine, you don't lose the erection, everything's good, then you might not have ED, erectile dysfunction. You might have a problem with your partner, and you might need to talk about that. Because there are some people that, they're comfortable with their partner because they've been with them for so long, but they don't like their partner. And at that point, they don't want to have sexual intercourse with their partner. And it might be something that you can, get over, but it might not be something. So this is something that you need to talk to your partner about just to make sure. But if you think it is erectile dysfunction, we got plenty of different medications here at Titan Medical Center for you guys. And like I said, 30 million people, or guys in particular, are using medications like this every single day. All right, so let's go on to the next one. Love from Texas. Big shout out, Kenny. How you doing? Matt Nicholas said, what are the best exercises to improve circulation, prevent ED naturally? So I'll get into this, but any exercise is getting the blood flowing. So there's not really a particular exercise I would say, listen, do this one over this one to get better blood flow for erectile dysfunction. I'll say, listen, go exercise and weight lift. Get a pump, right? Take some arginine, some L-citrulline, take some Hercules potion, and you know what? You'll really get that blood flowing. And at that point, we'll see if you get that blood flowing enough to make sure your erections are coming back naturally and you're able to sustain that erection too as well. Not just get it up, but sustain all the way through intercourse. All right. You're looking awesome, John. Where's Mike? Jerry, thank you. So me and Michael Hearn will be getting on his podcast, and we do almost every Tuesday on his YouTube channel. Me, Michael Hearn, for another Titan Talk Tuesday with me and him. We call it Titans Talk. And, it's going to be good. So me and him got some great information that we're going to be sharing with you guys. Listen, obviously Olympia's coming up, right? So we'll be out in Vegas October 9th through the 13th. We've got an awesome setup this year. We've got a custom booth that got built, the biggest area we've ever got for Titan Medical Center. We got a lot of different giveaways, a lot of exclusive giveaways. A lot of our great tight ends are coming out with us. Big Drew, Rodney's coming. So it's going to be super, super cool. Great time. And we made a custom backdrop. I hope it's going to work out great. That it's going to look like you're in a Titan Medical Center magazine cover when you take that picture. Super cool. Right? I can't wait. J.R. Barry said, can tesofensine be taken with testosterone? Absolutely. Two totally different drugs that work very differently and will definitely get you great results. So that can definitely be used together. Christina Denor, how much alcohol is too much when it comes to affecting sexual health? Well, this could be a couple drinks, 2 drinks, 3 drinks. It really depends on the person. There are some people, they could drink a ton. Like, listen, guys, I remember back in college, I could drink, and literally, I'm not joking around, and I'm not bragging about this, I don't think it's cool. I could drink probably almost a fifth of liquor. Crown Royal, Jägermeister, I definitely did, and I was able to have sex with my girlfriend. Was I able to achieve an orgasm? No. I felt like I was numb down low, but I had an erection, and it was real hard. I was like, all right, this is great. But at that point, you might lose some sensitivity. Now, some people, they can't. They get a thing called whiskey D, and it's like, or limp noodle. And at that point, nobody wants to have a limp noodle, especially if you're getting with a girl, maybe even for the first time. Or even, if you've been with a partner for a long time, that's still for a guy. Like, it's embarrassing to us, right? I don't care what any guy says out there. You get in a situation, especially with a new female or one that you've only been around for a short time, and that happens, especially first time, first impressions are lasting impressions, right? That's why I tell everybody, I'm like, listen, go into a first impression and just bang it out, right? And then it's like, woo! But, a couple of my friends are like, well, if I take some of your stuff, I might, set the standard of the bar too high. I think maybe I should go in there the first time, do what I need to do, and then the second time I just do that. I'm like, well, whatever works best for you, I guess. But you say that first time, you do it right the first time, the girlfriends are going to know about it, and everybody's going to want to be talking to you. Watch. Abby, how you doing? Titan Medical Center, big star. Appreciate it. Y2 gone on it. Started following us. Thank you. J.R. Berry, can tesofensine be taken with testosterone? Yes. What would be a good stack with testosterone? So testosterone I would put with HRT. I would put with any of our weight loss medications, semaglutide, tirzepatide, tesofensine, ECAs. I mean, really, you can stack it with anything. But what I think were the best stacks, HRT, semaglutide, tirzepatide. A sedentary lifestyle can really damage your overall health, including sexual health. Yeah, this is true. Does Titan Medical Center accept my insurance? So Titan Medical Center, unfortunately, guys, does not accept any insurance. And let me tell you the reason why. We don't accept insurance because insurance will restrict our providers on what they can run blood tests on you for and what they can prescribe you, which is going to get covered by your insurance. And a lot of these things, most of them that we do here at Titan Medical Center are not covered by insurance anyway. So it's just an issue that we don't want to deal with. We don't want our patients dealing with it. We want to be able to do the best and what our medical provider wants to put forward. So that's why we don't accept insurance. I appreciate your teamwork. Thank you. I appreciate it, Lauren. Thank you. Andrew, any upcoming events this month? So this month, no. I mean, we got basically one more week, 1.5 more weeks left. No, but October, we got a ton. We got Olympia that's going on. We got Hurricane Bay the next weekend afterwards. Excuse me. How can I buy? So all you guys have to do is call or text 727-389-3220 or go to our website and fill out the new patient paperwork. Once that is filled out, it'll automatically be submitted, and you guys will get a call from our office, from our medical staff, getting to set you up with either blood work or your consultation, whatever you need. Mark asked the price of tesofensine. So we've got 2 different dosages. We've got 250 micrograms and we got 500 micrograms. The 250 micrograms is $200. The 500 micrograms is $300. So it's really beneficial. You can get the higher dose for $100 more. It really kicks butt. It's double the dose. Which foods should women focus on boosting their fiber intake and support for digestive health? So let's get into that. So listen, they say that you should be eating 30 grams of fiber each day, and roughage is kind of what my grandmother or grandpa used to say, like, hey, you need to get your roughage in. And I'm like, what the hell is roughage, right? And he's like, that stuff that helps you push through your gut. I'm like, oh, great. I'm like, well, I'm not really big into this. So, but, beknownst to me that there are a lot of fibers in fruits. So when we talk about this, what are the best ways to do this? One, cheat your crust. A quarter cup of nearly flavorless ground flaxseed has more than 11 grams of fiber. Sprinkle it into pie crust doughs or cake batters and pick pumpkin pie. A cup of pumpkin pie has 7 grams. Visit the orchard. A single apple gives you 5 grams of fiber. A single pear provides 6 grams. And that's one thing that I do every single day now. I actually eat one big, gigantic apple every single day. I'm going by the old saying, apple a day keeps the doctor away. So I'm like, all right, cool, let me eat this apple. And I've been eating, pears are one of my favorites. So I eat pears as much as I can get to the grocery store and pick some ripe ones. Take a dip. So swap out your onion dip for hummus. Made from chickpeas, it delivers 5 grams of fiber per 1/3 of cup. Next one, choose whole wheat pasta. A cup supplies nearly 6 grams, more than double that of plain pasta, or try pastas made from red lentils or chickpeas. 5, see red. Half a cup of raspberries has 5 grams of fiber, more than double of blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries. So those are my go-to. I go to 1, raspberries, and 2, apples. If I can get pears in, I'll put those in too. But these are the main ways for men and women to get fiber in their diet. Now, if you're really worried about your fiber intake and you need to get fiber intake, there are supplements that you can literally put fiber into your Gatorade or your water. So these are something you can look for in the grocery stores. They're very common. And at that point, if you need more fiber, and you should, more fiber means that you're going to be a healthier person all the way around. Most people only eat about 22 grams per day, right? And that's good. Actually, 18 grams per day. Females usually, if we optimal, 22 grams, and men 28 grams is what we need. So if you can get 30 in, that's going to be great. And they said that eating 30 grams of fiber per day was nearly as effective for weight loss as cutting out sugar, fat, salt, and alcohol. That's crazy, right? So you could just lose weight probably, get enough fiber in your diet because you probably won't be constipated, probably get some roughage through there, and good to go. Big shout out to Canada. Thank you. I appreciate you guys all tuning in. Thank you so much. Corey said, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Cabrina said, how can I add more fiber to my diet without making drastic changes? Get a supplement, right? Put it in your water, put it in your Gatorade, stir it up, drink it. If not, start eating more fruit. J.R. Berry, this is great. Thank you. I'll have to set up a console. Awesome stuff. I appreciate it. J.R. Berry, very simple, very easy to do, man. Just call or text us. Our main and only number, 727-389-3220. All right. The Guys Tampa, what's going on, guys? I hope all is well. If you guys don't know who Guys Tampa is, it's a great car group here in Tampa that Titan Medical Center will hopefully be doing some events with this year. Big shout out to all those guys. Why are whole grains better for fiber intake compared to refined grains? Because they're whole grains. The refined grains. Think about it. Whole grains. That's why. So when you're taking whole grains, it's going to be way better than any refined or processed foods that you're intaking, especially for nutrients. Lauren, it's a Titans. I love it. Thank you so much. All right, so let's go on to the next topic. The next one's going to be a good one. The next one's going to be talking about erectile dysfunction. So, this was a big one. People were even talking about erectile dysfunction. So, 5 things that will fuel habits to not get or to improve erectile dysfunction. So, like I said, 30 million guys are suffering from this. Drinking too much alcohol can affect and give you erectile dysfunction. A drink or 2 here and there may not have a big impact on ED, but excessive alcohol consumption can lead to erectile dysfunction in a short and long term. So at this point, alcohol is a depressant that can interfere with the brain's ability to send the necessary signals to trigger an erection. So when you get too drunk, at that point, your brain might not be working like it should, and it might not be able to signal getting an erection. Chronic heavy drinking also lowers testosterone levels, which are essential for sexual function. Thank you. Somebody's starting to listen here. So listen, you got to make sure your testosterone levels are on point too as well. That could be causing ED issues right off the bat. And that could be leading to permanent nerve damage, further complicating erectile dysfunction. So just drinking alone can have a big effect if you're drinking a lot. If you're one of those social drinkers that goes out to a party, you have one drink or two drinks, you're okay. If you're one of those people that goes the whole week, you might be drinking during the week 3 times a week. Weekends come, you're binge drinking all day Friday, all day Saturday, hurting Sunday, and then starting over again the next week, you are in that group that could be having these problems. Being physically inactive, so regular aerobic exercise such as walking, cycling, or swimming, and weightlifting can significantly improve erectile dysfunction. Research has shown on the flip side, the lack of physical activity means you may be missing out on those sexual health benefits. A study from 2023 found that exercise can, in some cases, improve ED symptoms as well as medications like Viagra can. It's important to recognize that erectile dysfunction can often serve as an indicator or a barometer of underlying cardiovascular issues. Remember we were talking about blood flow? Or maybe, you've got too much buildup of plaque, and at that point your blood can't get through the veins like it needs to. So just think about some of these different things. Smoking, yet another reason to kick back cigarettes. Smoking damages blood vessels and reduces blood flow throughout the body, including to the penis. So smoking damages blood vessels, and blood vessels are key, obviously, to pump the blood through our body. Nicotine can cause blood vessels to constrict, which means tighten. Also, stimulants can do this too as well. So if you're on a high dose of stimulants and you overstimulated, you guys know what I mean, right? That means, the little pee-pee can shrink back in you because you're so stimulated, right? So at that point, you want to make sure, it's okay to take in some caffeine or ephedrine, but things like nicotine or overstimulating can constrict those blood vessels, which is going to limit circulation necessary for erections. Over time, the toxic chemicals in cigarettes can also lead to long-term vascular damage. Smoking also increases your risk of developing health conditions like diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, which can all cause erectile dysfunction. You see how this is, right? Live a healthy lifestyle, things are going to be good. Don't live a healthy lifestyle, things are going to be bad. Using marijuana. I don't know how much I agree with this, but they do have a study on this. It says, the study marijuana's effects on sexual health. Some people will report that using cannabis increases libido and improves their sexual performance. In the long term, however, it can negatively impact erectile function and sexual health. THC, the active component of marijuana, affects the brain, neurotransmitters, disrupting the signals needed to achieve an erection, he said. Over time, chronic marijuana use can also lower testosterone levels, leading to reduced libido and sexual performance. So like I said, all these are pretty good. I'm not going to agree with the medical marijuana. Can it do some of these things? Maybe, possibly. But I don't care what their studies are on testosterone. I know plenty of people that smoke marijuana and their natural testosterone levels are still good. Now, it could affect some people. And they do say that marijuana can increase estrogen levels in some people. Everybody's different. So at that point, we can't just say, listen, this is going to affect everybody like this. We cannot say that, especially with all the benefits of marijuana. And I didn't want to talk about it anymore because I don't want to get banned from any platforms like TikTok. But it is what it is. Eating a poor diet directly impacts your sexual performance by affecting cardiovascular health. Yep, love it. Adria, love it. Broccoli is a great way to boost fiber intake with a side dish or salad. Great comment, and this is good, man. So, if you guys got good comments like this, like broccoli, listen, I personally don't eat broccoli. Never have, never will. A lot of people do eat broccoli. So, especially if you're in the fitness industry or you're trying to go on a good diet. So this is a great add-on. So listen, if you're eating broccoli, I'm sure any of the greens are going to help with roughage. So green beans, broccoli, anything else, as far as in that category could definitely help. How does chronic stress affect the body's sexual response? Well, obviously, mentally it will mess with you, right? And then at that point causes more stress because you can't get an erection. Now you're stressing about that. I think that, lowering stress levels is key to living a longer, healthier life. We know that, right? We know if you live a chronically stressed life, you're probably going to live less time than somebody that's not. It's just wear and tear. It's totally like up and go, and you're like going a million miles an hour. And at that point, you're probably not going to feel too good when everything starts crashing down. Oatmeal in the morning is a filling, high-fiber meal or to start the day right. So that is a good point. So oatmeal is another good one that a lot of people intake, and it has great amounts of fiber. So great talk about this for sure. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to go. I got to do some other things. Incorporating beans into your meals is a delicious way to add fiber and protein. Another good one, incorporating beans, green beans, lentil, all these different things will definitely help along with the extra fiber. So if you guys got any more questions, shoot them out. If not, I got to get back. I got some training here I'm still doing with some employees. I want to make sure I get them all trained up before I head out for Olympia. So at that point, I appreciate it. Big and heavy Palestine. Oh, we got a number 1 gift badge. I appreciate that. Thank you. Kenny Nicole, thank you so much. And with no further ado, I am going to sign off from you guys. I appreciate all you guys joining for Titan Talk Tuesday. Thank you so much. I'm John, the CEO and founder of Titan Medical Center. I'll be with you guys every Tuesday for Titan Talk Tuesdays. And we will have the time up for you next week. I'll try to go a little bit earlier. Today I had to go early because my son has a baseball game tonight. So at that point, that's what I'll be doing. If you guys want more and you want to see more today, you guys can head over to Mike O'Hearn's live on YouTube. And at that point, me and Mike will be chopping it up about all different types of things. Talk about more about Tesofensine and more things Titan.